Well, good afternoon, guys. How y'all doing? I hope you're having a great day as I am. Just bought me a brand new video camera for my computer, so bear with me as I get used to this thing. I'm going to take my glasses off. I've got a glare on here. I'm really excited because today we're going to start talking about some of the meat of what I want to get into about this video series, and that is, what is a panic attack and what is anxiety. Okay, I went online and looked up the definition, website called dictionary.com, a definition of a panic attack. It reads: an intense attack of anxiety characterized by feelings of impending doom and trembling, sweating, pounding heart, and other physical symptoms. Does that sound familiar? It probably does. Also, I looked up the definition of anxiety. It says panic attack is an intense attack of anxiety, so I want to know, obviously you want to know what anxiety is. The definition of anxiety, and I don't think it's that good of a definition, but it says mental distress caused by fear. I would say, okay, yeah, that would work. But let's get into what exactly is a panic attack and how and why they occur. Okay, within our bodies, God created us, and I believe in creation. I believe we were created by an all-knowing, all-sufficient God, and He created and designed our bodies to be magnificent. They're wonderful, created bodies. They're just awesome. He created within us a mechanism, a design, as it were, called the fight or flight response. Now let me explain to you what a fight or flight response is. Let's say you were hiking. Let's say all you avid hikers out there. Let's say you were hiking. And let's say as you were hiking on this trail, you come upon a bear. And let's say he was maybe 15, 20 feet from you. But he noticed you, he spotted you, and there you are frozen. Okay? Your body is going to go into what we call the fight or flight response. Automatically, when you're faced with a situation of impending doom or danger, your body prepares to either get the heck out of there or stand your ground and fight, which with a bear I wouldn't if I were you. So this is what happens, okay? Your adrenal glands, located right on top of your kidneys, secrete adrenaline. Adrenaline gets your body pumping for what you're going to do next, whether it's to flee or stay and fight. What happens is your adrenaline gets going, it speeds your heart rate up, it makes you breathe faster, it pulls blood away from vital organs, away from your arms, away from your legs, away from your stomach, and it protects, it sends that blood to vital organs, such as your heart. That spacey feeling sometimes you feel when you have a panic attack, the kind of like unreality feeling, like you're going to pass out, or dizziness, that's just your body. That's the blood, not completely drained out of your brain, but it's cutting off some of the blood going to your brain. Not all of it, because you'd pass out, but it's taking away some of that blood to vital organs of the body. Okay, that is a good example of a impending real situation. If I came across a bear, I mean, my body response would be like, or let me give this example right here. Have you ever almost been in a wreck before? Avoided a wreck. You know how you feel afterwards. Some of you are shaking, your heart's racing. That's the exact same thing. You faced an impending doom, an impending situation that was real, and So your body responded likewise. Now, a panic attack is that same exact thing without an external cause. Alright? Another scenario. Let's say you're sitting, like most men. I love to. I've gotten an habit recently doing this. I shouldn't do it, but when you get home from work, you're tired. You're worn out from working. So all you want to do, what do you want to do? You want to sit down in your recliner, pop open the beer if you drink. If not, whatever, get a glass of water, whatever, sit down, cut TV on. For me, it's either TV or video games. A panic attack happens out of the blue. You're sitting there. There is no impending doom. There is no external cause for what you're going through. You're sitting there, all of a sudden you start feeling maybe a hot flash. Just kind of maybe even a weird feeling coming over you. You're like, something's wrong. I can't explain it, but something's wrong with me. Okay? Several things happen. Your heart will start racing. Sometimes exceedingly. You'll start shaking a little bit. You'll get this feeling of impending doom. Your stomach may start to seize up or cramp up. You might even get a little tightness. Now, I'm not saying, horrible chest pains, but you might get a little tightness in your chest. Just a little, maybe even a little burning, something like that, kind of like a fire's on the inside of your chest. Just a little kindling fire. All right, you know what? You're sitting there and you're thinking, what's happening to me? What the heck? What is this? So, a panic, that's the start of a panic attack. It gets worse when we analyze and worry about the symptoms. I mean, of course you're going to worry. You've never had it happen before. Okay? But here's the idea. Here's the cycle of panic attacks. You start worrying about those symptoms and you're thinking, oh my gosh, something's wrong with me. I'm either having a heart attack, I'm either got a brain tumor, I'm going to stop breathing. The list can go on and on and on. So you start worrying about the symptoms of what you're going through, and that fuels the fear even more. See, panic attacks is built off fear. I take that back about that definition of anxiety. It's true. See what it reads again? Mental distress caused by fear. That is true. That's what anxiety is. Mental distress caused by fear. And you see how it works? It builds on one another. And after you have your first panic attack, believe me, after that, if you're the type of person who experiences more than their fair share of panic attacks, if you're a person who is prone to having panic attacks, then you are going to overanalyze what's going on in your body. You'll be going, and the first time you ever have one, I guarantee you, you're going to sit there and think, when's the next time, where am I going to be at the next time I have one? What's going to happen? Is it going to get worse? Am I going to die? So then you start actually becoming afraid of the panic attack itself. You see what I'm talking about? It's a never-ending cycle. It feeds on itself to the point sometimes they can get out of control and you actually, I don't say lose control, but they get to a certain point where you can't control them. It just has to take its course. And we'll talk about that a little bit later in another video. That's the idea, is letting it take over. Just say, okay, you know what? Do your worst. Now, I don't know, we'll talk about that later. So, then the next time you have it, or you're anticipating having it, you have what I call what-if syndrome. What if I'm in a restaurant and I have one? What if I'm driving down the road and I have one of these again? What if I run over somebody? And we call that what-ifing. Okay? That is the worst thing you can do. What-ifing. Anticipatory anxiety is the worst type of anxiety there is. anticipating something's going to happen. So I know that's short, sweet, and to the point, but I told you I wanted to go over what exactly a panic attack was. Next session, I'm really getting excited now because we've already discussed, my introduction video about what I was going to be discussing. I told you a little bit about my experience with panic attacks. We went through what a panic attack is. Next session, we're going to start getting into how to control and even overcome panic attacks and anxiety. I don't know about you, but that sounds exciting to me. Look at me. I'm living a good life. I'm living a great life. I went out with my wife last night for the first time in probably 4 or 5 months. I'm living the life that I always wanted to live while having panic attacks. I did it. I overcame them by the grace of Almighty God. He provided the way, the means, information to learn what I'm learning, what I've learned, and I put it into practice with His help and with His grace and also His healing. I am completely forever delivered from panic attacks, anxiety, or fear again. Okay? And the same thing can happen to you. It's possible. If I can overcome them, so can you. You are capable of overcoming these things. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a hard work, and you're going to want to give up. But let me tell you right now, don't give up. Persist. Keep on, and I promise you, the rewards will be great. You will have your life back, and even better than you were before you had panic attacks. If you can tell I'm excited, I am. I'm happy for you. You know what? Tune in next time, and we'll talk about how you can overcome these monsters called panic attacks. See you on the flip side.